to whisper to it, and you can't understand what it's saying because it's speaking in Elvish. And then you see him just straight up hop up onto the back of this bear and starts to ride away. And the cat lord starts to speak again. And so I know you have companions, so maybe this might not be the most advantageous for you, but it could be fun. There's a path of the Beastmaster that you can walk down. And this elf has done a very good job of showing you what you can do. So this elf did not know this bear before. And this bear did not know this elf and did not appreciate him being in his territory. However, if you choose the path of the Beastmaster, you can commune with animals like this bear and become friends with animals like this bear. And they'll help you in combat and just help you through your day-to-day life. And it can be quite fun. And it's always nice to have a bear companion. So I'm very interested to see what this elf is going to do with this. I'm definitely going to be watching him. But that's a path that you can take. And lastly, and my favorite, and one that I feel like you would be very interested in, is this. And this like gate opens up behind you, sort of like this, like you look and it's just like a swirling of different colors and stuff like that. And he was like, do you know what this is? You start having sort of like weird flashbacks because you have seen something like this before.
I think I know what it is, but I don't know what it is.
Well, I've opened up a portal. You do know that there are other realms other than this, don't you?
I do.
With with this path, you will be able to find gates like this and guard gates like this. Guard your own plane of existence, because there are multiple planes and not all are as nice as Maswindale. And creatures from other planes of existence might choose to try and come here. And if that is the case, we need people. We need warriors to help protect this plane of existence. And traveling to other planes might be advantageous for you in terms of learning, which I feel like is important to you. And if you like the magical items that you found in Maswindale, you will not be able to imagine some of the other magical items in other planes of existence.
I agree. I think this is what I was for. This is why I experienced what I experienced. This is my belonging, is to protect the plane of existence here. I would like to choose this path.
Good. He looks at you, and his forehead opens up to a third eye, and this beam shoots out and hits you in the forehead, and you fall to the ground. And then when you come back to, you're back at the camp with your compatriots.
I am immediately going to run to them. Guys, I just met the Cat Lord.
Who?
The Cat Lord?
The Cat Lord. You know.
The Lord of Cats?
Yes.
In our perspective, did he go anywhere?
You saw him like walk off into the
Okay,
trees.
wasn't sure like it was all in his head thing.
Yeah.
Is he bigger than most cats?
Yeah, he was.
Like bigger than you?
I mean, I bet if he stood up, for sure. He was a big boy. But just thought you guys would think that's cool.
Does he have a castle?
No. What?
I'm just not familiar with this Cat Lord you speak of.
I've talked about him before.
Well, but you've never seen him. I thought maybe, like, did you go to his house?
What? Why do I tell you
Hold on,
guys anything?
Can I make a religion check to see if I know who the Cat Lord is?
You both can if you want.
Okay, because am just wondering at this point. That's only like let's see.
I got a 13.
That's what I think I also got.
So we know what he has told us about the
But
cat
we're
lord.
gonna find out for sure. Religion? Yeah, I got a 13.
You both got 13.
13.
So, you don't really know much about the Cat Lord. Really, it's like, well, Rathan, you would know a little bit more because you're forest folk, and you have, like, I don't know if we. So, Rathan, you would probably know a little bit more. I don't know if we talked that much about you knowing about Tabaxi or not.
Up to this point, I didn't know anything about them, and I don't know much about other religions.
Yeah.
My religion score is very low.
Yeah.
For a cleric.
So, if anything, like, if you would have known anything about Tabaxi, you might know a little bit more, but you both kind of seem to think, like, you totally believe that he saw the Cat Lord. I mean, but you think that maybe this is more of like a Tabaxi thing, you know?
Jimaro has no doubts that he saw some sort of deity. It's just
Right.
like I'm not familiar with that deity.
Yeah, you guys both think like, oh, maybe this is just like a Tabaxi like lore, you know? So,
Yeah, that's what I'm assuming at this point.
So where does he live?
Man, he lives in all of us. All of us Tabaxi.
No. Okay.
Yeah, no.
Oh,
you
so
guys.
he's like, is he like the progenitor of your?
Yeah. He's the one that grants us our
I see.
our attributes of catness
I see.
every
Okay.
day.
Where does since he doesn't live in a castle, where does he reside?
In the forest, in the wild.
You know what? If you guys want to roll a perception check real quick.
Perception. That's terrible.
16.
Okay. Cool. Just checking. Something might have happened if you guys both rolled natural 20s or something. You know, who's to say?
gotcha.
Who's to say?
I did not roll a natural 20.
Right.
I did not as well.
So, is she good to go? Are we ready to
She's
move out?
she's better. It's going to be a while before she's good. She's been traumatized, and there's only so much healing I am able to do. Maybe if I were to like take her to the home of my people, you know, we could find her further healing. Or
So,
you know.
as you say that, she looks at you, Rathan, and she like obviously can't talk, so she like mimes like with her hand. Maybe it looks like she's like maybe
yeah,
like
that would work.
pen and paper or something. Like wondering
I
if
have,
you have
I have,
parchment.
I have both of those things. I can take those out.
I have none of those things.
Okay.
Okay, well, I've got a diplomat's pack or whatever, so I've got both of those things.
She writes down. We were on our way to Morindel. Would you take me there?
That's where we're going, isn't it?
Magic Gate?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, that is where we were going. We will take you.
She writes.
What were you going there for?
Um,
I'm gonna ask you lots of questions for you to write down.
she writes. Found strange object. We're going to find. We're going to find someone who might know more information about it.
Whoa, do you still have the object?
She says. The robed man took it. The warlock took it.
After reading that, can I take the bag of holding and how do you get it? You have to dump it on its side or whatever to get everything out. Because it's like if you didn't put it in there, you can't take it out, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or something like that.
Yeah.
But if you turn it inside out or whatever,
Inside out, everything comes out.
Okay.
Can I do that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because it was on his person, was it not?
Well, no. I mean, it was on his person. It wasn't in the bag, though. You took it out.
Oh.
Your boy has it.
Oh, the gem.
Yeah.
Oh, the
okay.
gem.
Sorry, I was.
Yeah.
Still
thinking something
curious.
else.
Still curious as to what's in the bag. So I'll still do that,
Yeah.
but maybe later.
Okay. Okay. Cool.
I'm really secretive about whenever I find those shards now, so I'm just like, I don't know what you're talking
Well,
about.
you have it. What's it look like?
Yeah.
Is it like a little stone?
Purple.
Yeah,
Maybe.
that's,
Nah,
you got it.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Would you lose
It
it?
sounds
Yep.
a lot like what
She's
you
like,
have.
do you know what it is?
It's
Is this
just
something?
a paperweight.
She like flips over a piece
How
of
do you
paper.
know what a paperweight is?
She says, "I don't know what a paperweight is." Also, she says that we found it in the forest, like underneath a tree. We don't know what it was doing there. We know that it has magical properties, but we don't know what they are.
It has something to do. You're collecting them, so
No,
you've got
it's,
a couple.
X-nay on the shard CA.
And you now also speak Pig Latin.
She writes
Cat
down.
knees.
Catanese.
She writes down. It seems like that's what they were looking for. They attacked us on the road. I don't really know exactly what happened to my friends, but I think they were killed the first night we were here.
How did you guys get the stone to begin with?
You found it under a
We
tree.
found it.
Found it in a
Yeah,
tree, okay.
we found it. We found it while we were hunting. Is what she writes down.
Well, I feel like it was. I mean, just from what I gathered, the forest was having you find it so that we would find you, and then he could have it. That
What time of day is it?
You guys showed up here around like early afternoon. You guys have been here for a few hours now, just like fighting and like doing all your things. So I would say that it's about 5-6 o'clock in the afternoon. She says, if the robed man was going to use it, he would have undoubtedly used it against people or for evil. He was very curious about, he really wanted this shard thing, but you seem to be a really good person and have helped me out at least quite a bit, so if you want to keep it, then by all means it's better in your hands than in my hands. I can't protect it, or in the hands of a warlock.
well, we'll protect it and you, and we're also going to where you were going. We'll take you there. I'm sorry about your friends.
Do you know what happened
And
to
your
them?
tongue.
I don't think so.
Oh, I think we know what happened. Was it not her friends that were strewn about with the carriage?
Well, her friends weren't strewn about in the carriage. You haven't. There was one dead body
Oh, okay.
with its head missing.
Yeah.
There was two, like, containers that had brains in them. The other bodies we haven't found. Where are you keeping those?
I put them in my backpack.
Okay, so they're pretty big.
Brains in your
Yeah.
backpack?
How
I don't
big are the
really.
containers?
I don't like to do like, oh, you can
Oh,
only have
well,
this
no,
much
that-
weight,
yeah.
but like,
Are they-
those are going to take up a lot of space.
Okay, I was
in the bag.
thinking just like small jars.
No, they're like. So
Well,
it's
brain's
like.
pretty big.
Let me sort of describe how these look.
Mm-hmm.
So it looks like the base of this. It's like a metal base, and it like has a little hum to it. And then this jar on top of the base is a brain, and it's like there's like bubbles in here, so it looks like the.
Oh, it's much
yeah.
different than I thought.
And then the top of it is like a big metal piece that looks like it can screw off, and it's got a handle on top, and there's two of them. I'm gonna say they're about almost 2 feet tall.
Okay, they're probably just over by the altar over there.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not going to go like, oh, your friends are over there. But
Mm-hmm.
I think that they were killed. There's no other survivors in the area that I found.
She, at that, starts to cry a little bit. She's writes, I figured as much, but I didn't want to believe it. But after what happened to me, it's not surprising. She says, we should leave, though. I don't wish to be here anymore. There is a town on our way to Morandell that we might be able to stay at. I've heard it's gotten a little weird, but the people there don't seem to be very pleasant, but might be able to stay the night at least.
The altar itself had like, as she was being, quote, sacrificed on, had like dark markings and stuff on it, didn't it?
It was completely, it didn't have any markings on it. It was all made out of wood, just like a makeshift sort of altar, but where she was laying on was like a piece of like one solid piece of wood that had like jagged spikes on it.
Okay.